Yo, welcome to the show. It's Boston's Banter with Frank the Bank and Keith K. Lava. You know the answer. Talking sports, breaking down the play so raw. From the Celtics to the Sox, we giving you the score. Catch the vibe, we coming live. Filling up your feed, let the passion thrive. Every dunk, every run, we analyze the moves. Shout out to the fans, feel the rhythm and grooves. From Gillette to the Garden, we ain't missing a beat. Frank and K. Lava bring the fire, can't accept defeat.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is Pissah. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. With me, as always, is Keith K. Lava, La Cava. What's going on, bros of Chillington?
Not much, Jabrobi Myers.
Jabrobi Myers in the house. Stat challenge last week. A couple of your people won.
Yeah.
Rob got second and Rob got first?
Yeah, Rob got second last week and he got first this week, getting the Teddy Bruschi card. And then Uncle Danny getting the Jalen Waddle card.
Got the Waddle, huh? That's not a bad one either, but that Bruschi card was sick.
Sick.
Yeah, this week we got the Drake May Rookie Illusions card. This card's pretty nasty. I love these cards. So that's going to go to first place. And second place is going to be the Christian Gonzalez Absolute Silver. Nice card too. And we're going to ask this week for total passing yards from Justin Herbert and Drake May. So just those two. If either one of them get hurt, we're not asking for the backups yards. We're just asking for those two guys' passing yards, not rushing yards, just passing yards. So combine those two passing yards. That's the guess this week.
Perfect.
Good luck. Let's jump into the Wicked Pissah news.
Yes, sir, Frankie. Wicked Pissah news. And like always, we're going to start with the Bruins update. Now they're at 6th in the Atlantic. Their record is 22-18-2.
I hate it.
Frankie, break it down for me. What'd they do this past week?
They did good against Edmonton. They dominated Edmonton 6-2. And what we talked about last episode, they were up by one goal after one again. So I'm like, here we go again.
Right.
I thought we were going to lose, but they didn't. They actually added to the lead.
They opened up.
Yeah, so they really did good. 6-2, that was a dominant win. And again, Edmonton pretty good. The next game against the Canucks, also a pretty good team. We're on the West Coast right now. We're playing against a West Coast team tonight too, the Kraken. So we're on the West Coast right now. But 3-2 victory over the Canucks. That went to overtime. We were up by one again in the first period.
Right.
They tied it up. It went into overtime. So good win in overtime there. A couple wins in a row, and that's all we've had really since our last episode.
2 games since the last episode.
Yeah, so
how
about the Celtics, though? I mean, they're killing it.
Yeah, Frankie, let's bring up the Celtics real quick, brother. So the C's are currently 23-12 on the season, and they jumped the Knicks for number 2 in the East, bro. We like seeing the Knicks fall. Yeah, hell yeah, hit that button, bro. So let's bring up what they did this past week. So they beat the Jazz 129-119 on the road last Tuesday. Jaylen Brown, 23 points, snapping his 30-plus point game streak at 10. Then on New Year's Day, a 120-106 win in Sacramento over the Kings, followed by a 146-115 whooping road win over the Clippers this past Saturday, ending the Clippers' 6-game win streak. Jaylen Brown had 50 points, and mind you, he had 39 alone in the third quarter.
He went nutty. Tied his career high. He's only the third Celtic to have multiple 50-point games in a season. I mean, in his career, excuse me. You know, the other two obviously are pretty easy. We got one on the desk right there.
Right there, Larry
Bird, and who's in first, Tatum. Obviously, that's easy. So Tatum's got 5, Bird's got 4, and now Jaylen Brown's got 2.
Absolutely.
Pretty crazy.
And lastly, a 115-101 home win versus Chicago on Monday night. Anthony Simons, 27 off the bench, and he led the team in scoring.
I like Simons, honestly. I thought he'd play a little bit more. I mean, maybe it's the defense, but his offense has always been pretty solid. So
he's a spark plug.
Yeah, he's not a bad player for us at all. So.
Well, Frankie, let's jump over to the NFL news. We're going to bring up one notable retirement here. So 44-year-old quarterback Uncle Phil Rivers, Grandpa Rivers, has shut down any possibility of returning next season, and he's officially retiring. We expected that.
Yeah, I did too.
After being out of the league for the last 5 years, the Colts obviously they gave him a call after losing Daniel Jones for the year and Anthony Richardson being hurt. And then, Rivers, man, he came back, and in 3 games, man, he completed 63% of his passes with 4 touchdowns and 3 INTs. So regardless of the Colts being eliminated from playoff contention, you got to give Grandpa Rivers some props.
I'm saying, I mean, he was out there rooting on Riley Leonard this past week too. Honestly, Leonard looked pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, he did, good.
Especially with Alec Pierce.
I'm saying.
But now news is coming out, Frankie. Supposedly he's receiving some head coaching interest around the NFL for next season. That would be cool. I mean, he did coach his son's high school football team, leading St. Michael Catholic School to an undefeated season and a semifinal appearance in 2025.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, dude, he played
He's
last year.
The experience, you know what I mean?
And I guess there is one team they're not naming that's actually trying to set up an interview for him next season. Probably the Browns or somebody.
Yeah, he's a little bit crazy, but hey, sometimes that's what you need.
He'll be talking just like he did when he was playing.
He's a shit talker.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
So from one notable player who's hanging up the cleats to another one who's still playing, man, he broke a long-awaited record. Bring it up real quick. So Browns defensive end Myles Garrett sets the NFL single-season sack record with 23. And Frankie, we got the clip. Let's show it real quick.
Yeah.
First down. Burrow, he's under pressure. He's sacked. And there it is, a record that has stood nearly a quarter of a century has a new leader as 30-year-old Myles Garrett records his NFL record 23rd sack of the year, passing Michael Strahan and T.J. Watt on the all-time list.
So the record was originally set by Pro Football Hall of Famer Michael Strahan in 2001 and matched by current Steelers edge rusher T.J. Watt in 2021.
Yep.
And Frankie, he almost didn't get it. Before this past Week 18 win versus the Bengals, he had a combined half a sack the last 2 games, and with roughly 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, he got to Joe Burrow to get the record. And look at this clip of Shelby Harris high-fiving the ref after he did. He high-fived the ref, bro. They were all
awesome.
gassed for him.
That was pretty cool.
The guy had 5 against us in a single game earlier this year, as we remember. I mean, he was putting Will Campbell to work. He's one hell of a player. Congrats to him. You know, I'd love to see him go to a good team and get a ring soon. He deserves it.
I'm saying he's nasty. He's a good player. It's one of those things, too. He wanted to get it before the 18th game because obviously the extended schedule, that's going to always have an asterisk.
Yeah. Michael Strahan already said something about that.
Of course he did. So at the end of the day, the kid's nasty, though. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Well, at 30 years old, the guy has 125 and a half career sacks. So get my guy on a good team. I mean, come to New England.
I would love to see him here.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But Frankie, from one record, you know, all pass rushers they want to break, to another record that no defense wants to be a part of.
This is crazy because I texted you about this.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're bringing this up. And
I
love that it's
unless they got a pick against the Bills.
I was saying, it's unbelievable. New York Jets did not have a single interception all season long. Even with the extra game, it's just crazy, though, to think about that. All the interceptions that happened, even by, like, accident. You know what I mean? Like, just the ones tip balls that fall into people. Like, McCaffrey won this past week and just fell right into the lap of the defender. It's like
nothing.
Not a single interception. And they traded Sauce Gardner mid-season, too, which is one of their best corners. He was there half the year. They had 0 interceptions as a team.
You know what's crazy?
It never happened in the NFL until now.
And they started recording interceptions back in 1933, so that's just crazy to bring up that when they started recording interceptions, and now this is happening. But Frankie, their head coach is a former defensive back.
I'm saying that they played so badly this year. It was insane.
And they play against Tua twice a year.
I just insane. That is insane. If you took that prop every single week, that you would probably be a millionaire right now. If you just kept doubling your bet because that's never even came close to happening.
Gross.
It's unreal.
Yeah, they got to figure it out over there in New York. Aaron Glenn could be on the hot seat after 1 year.
I'm surprised he's not.
And speaking of coaches being on the hot seat, we had some notable firings this past week. You know, Black Monday, they call it, right after the season finale, the coaches that didn't fare too well in the season. So let's bring it up who got fired. So the Falcons fired head coach Raheem Morris. He was 16 and 18 the last 2 seasons. So he gone.
He's gone.
Browns fired head coach Kevin Stefanski. He actually went 45 and 56 in 6 seasons in Cleveland, including 2 playoff appearances, Frankie, and he also won
of the year
2 times. That's what I'm saying. But
he's a good coach, but I mean, again,
he'll get
talent's
interest.
Been there. It's like what they've done. I don't know, that the whole Deshaun Watson thing, I wouldn't blame it on him so much as the GM, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. And
this is what happens when you tank willingly. The Raiders fired head coach Pete Carroll after 1 year into his 3-year deal. And like I said, man, they got the worst record in the league, and they willingly tanked. We want to get the first pick in to sit Max Crosby, now wants to look for a new team.
Yeah.
So not setting them up for the future.
I mean, again, if I'm a GM or an owner, I don't want to win those games. We talked about it last year when the Pats had a chance.
You can't willingly admit. I mean,
you can't say it. You're not supposed to say it, but at the end of the day, it's like you want that first pick. You
do.
Know what I mean? It's
but
crazy.
He ain't going to be there to enjoy it.
I know. It's kind of crazy. I mean, you got to give him a little bit more time. He came into a sinking ship anyway. I mean, that team was terrible.
I don't know, man. That team, I feel bad that we lost to them week 1.
I don't even know how that even happened.
Yeah,
that's
seriously.
crazy. That's the difference between us having the first round bye and not.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Cardinals fired head coach Jonathan Gannon after ending the season on a 9-game losing streak. And peep this clip from a team meeting this past year.
Good to see everybody's faces. Who drove over here? Let me see your hands. Who took the bus? Did you have fire in your gut? Did you? We're here for a reason. Don't get that twisted. Okay? We're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast. Okay? So everyone's on time. Everyone's got fire in their gut.
Dude, that dude didn't sound motivating at all. He's like, you got that fire in your gut?
Yeah, no, that's
like
crazy.
You can see the look on the players' faces too. They're like, what the f is this guy talking about? And then we got two notable coordinators that got fired. So former Bears head coach and DC for the Cowboys this year, Matt Eberflus, is getting fired, and we all saw that coming, how bad the Cowboys defense was.
Dead last in every category.
Now the Cowboys are looking for their fourth DC in 4 years, and Commanders OC Cliff Kingsbury is leaving the team to pursue other opportunities. So you saw how bad it was over there. They had that one good season. He's like, this, I'm out
of here.
And right after we left the studio, the Ravens fired longtime head coach John Harbaugh after 18 seasons. Let's bring in one notable signing from this past week. The guy already played a game, and he's going to be playing in the playoffs with his team.
I know, that's crazy.
Micah Parsons' old teammate. So the Packers are signing former Cowboys cornerback Trevin Diggs, who was released back in the end of December after a dispute with the Cowboys after missing the team flight home after the game against the Commanders on Christmas, citing that he wanted to see his family for the reason. So I don't blame him, man.
I'd be pissed about that, too. He's a grown man. If he don't want to fly back because it's Christmas time and he's from Washington area, right. It's like it's almost always granted by the coaches to allow this to happen. But for some reason, he asked 2 different times and they said no both times. I don't understand why. I would have been pissed too.
Absolutely.
You know what? Get out of it. And he's one of their best corners.
That's
talking about how bad they've played. That's insane.
Now he's on a playoff team.
Yeah, exactly. Same where Micah is now too. Obviously, Micah's out, but it's like 2 of the the guys from Dallas are now in Green Bay for next year.
Just back in 2023, they signed him to a 5-year, $97 million extension with $42.3 million guaranteed. And he only had 3 INTs since signing that extension and hasn't played a full season since. But, he's in Green Bay now. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, Frankie, we got a few notable injuries from this past week. 2 guys that are out of the playoffs and 1 who's still currently in the playoffs. So let's bring it up. So Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy is hurt for the 15th time this year. Suffered a right hand injury versus the Packers on Sunday. He did not return. The dude's always getting hurt.
He's hurt every day, dude.
Titans quarterback Cam Ward ended his rookie season suffering a right shoulder injury and was ruled out in the first half versus the Jags.
That AC joint.
Yeah, he'll undergo testing, but obviously, get healthy for the offseason.
It doesn't look like he's going to need surgery, but they're definitely going to look at it further.
And then 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy suffered a left shoulder injury in the show Sunday versus the Seahawks. He is not expected to miss the upcoming wild card game.
Yeah, that's good.
That's all we got, brother.
Love it. Another great Wicked Pissah news. Let's get into a Foxboro Focus. You already know what time it is.
That's right, Frankie. Obviously, wanted that number 1 seed, but we're in the playoffs, man. Buddy. We got the wild card coming up. But before we get into the wild card, the upcoming matchup we got with the Chargers, we got to bring up some news that happened right after our episode last week.
Right after, I know.
Literally 2 in 1 week. Pats defensive tackle Christian Barmore is facing a misdemeanor domestic assault charge, 1 count of assault and battery on a family household member, supposedly stemming from an alleged August 8th incident. He's scheduled to be arraigned on February 3rd, which would be 5 days before the Super Bowl, and apparently the alleged victim was in a relationship with Barmore, and according to court docs on December 4th, the victim emailed police stating she does not want to move forward with charges, but then this comes out of nowhere. What the is going on?
I don't know. This whole thing is just wild. It's just magic how it happens right before the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's like, what's going on?
He had a sack this past game, too.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Him and Diggs caught a charge or something. We'll see.
We'll see what happens with that, bro. But, Frankie, let's bring up the Week 18, the season finale recap versus the Dolphins. So the Patriots beat the Dolphins 38-10 to bring our season record to 14-3. Frankie, let's show those highlights.
Hit it.
Week 18, season finale versus the Dolphins. Patriots will get the ball first, and on the second play of the drive, Drake May is going to be handed off to running back Ramondre Stevenson, who's finding some blocks and hitting the hole, breaking a tackle, and he's taking it upfield, and he's getting a nice 56-yard gain to start the game off. The next play after the big Ramondre Stevenson run, Drake May out of the shotgun is going to be handing off to running back Travion Henderson, who's getting in the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown run. Patriots go up 7-0. Dolphins next drive, they get down to the red zone, and on 4th and 1 from the 8-yard line, quarterback Quinn Ewers, he's rolling out of the pocket trying to find somebody, and he's looking for wide receiver Taj Washington, but it's incomplete. Turnover on downs. Next Patriots drive after the Dolphins turnover on downs, and Drake May on 3rd and 6, he's going to be rolling out of the pocket, stiff arming a Dolphins defender, breaking the tackle and running upfield for a first down. Very next play, Drake May out of the shotguns, hand off to Travion Henderson, but nope, they do the flea flicker, and Drake May finds a wide open Efton Chisholm III for a big 35-yard gain. That's how you do a flea flicker, Panthers. 3 plays later from the 2-yard line, they got Drake May lined up wide right, and Ramondre taking the snap, and he's going to be taking it up the middle for a 2-yard touchdown run. Patriots go up 14-0. 10 plays into the Dolphins' next drive, Quinn Ewers off the fake pitch. He finds a wide open Malik Washington for a 2-yard touchdown. Makes the score 14-7. Fast forward to roughly 4.5 minutes left in the second, and Quinn Ewers handing off to running back Jalen Wright, who loses the ball, gets picked up by defensive end Elijah Ponder, who takes it back 18 yards. Patriots get the ball back. 6 plays into the Patriots' next drive, they're settling for a 38-yard field goal, but it gets blocked by defensive lineman Zach Seiler, and it's going to be recovered by cornerback Jason Marshall, who's going to be taking it 10 yards the other way. 2 plays into the Dolphins' next drive after the Patriots blocked kick, and quarterback Quinn Ewers out of the shotgun is going to be feeling the pressure, and he's getting sacked by defensive tackle Christian Barmore. 2 plays later, the Dolphins are settling for a 52-yard field goal by kicker Riley Patterson, making the score 14-10. But 4 plays into the Patriots' next drive, with 3 seconds left in the first half, the Patriots are settling for a 59-yard field goal, which rookie kicker Andres Borregales converts successfully, his career long and the longest field goal at Gillette Stadium. Start of the second half, and 6 plays into the Dolphins' opening drive, Quinn Ewers off the play actions looking for wide receiver Theo Weiss, but gets picked off by safety Jalen Hawkins in the end zone, Patriots ball. 7 plays into the Patriots' next drive off the interception, and Drake May out of the shotgun. He's going to be looking for running back Ramondre Stevenson, who gets open for a 15-yard touchdown reception. Patriots go up 24-10. Next Patriots possession after a Dolphins punt, and Drake May is going to be handing it off to running back Ramondre Stevenson, who's finding the blockers, and he's going to be breaking some tackles, and he's going to be getting in for a 35-yard touchdown run, his 3rd touchdown of the game. Patriots next possession after another Dolphins punt, and Drake May out of the shotgun. He's feeling the pressure, stepping up in the pocket, and he's going to find his boy Stephon Diggs, who's taking it upfield for a 34-yard gain. 4 plays later from the 2-yard line, Drake May is handing off to dynamic rookie running back Travion Henderson, and he's getting in for a 2-yard touchdown run. Man, this was the game for the running backs. Fast forward to 8.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and quarterback Quinn Ewers out of the shotgun. He's feeling the pressure, and he's going to get sacked by edge rusher Kaylavon Chason. There were no more highlights to show. The Patriots kicked butt, winning 38-10 on home turf in the season finale, bringing their overall record to 14-3. We ready for the playoffs, baby. Now, Frankie, this is the 6th time the franchise has finished with 14 wins. I believe that's an NFL record.
Yeah, it is.
So this is what I noticed from the offense, Frankie. So pure dominance to the tune of 457 total yards. Patriots got left tackle Will Campbell back on the O-line, and we had 0 sacks allowed. And it was the running back show with Ramondre Stevenson, 3 total touchdowns, and Travion Henderson, 2 rush touchdowns. Ramondre alone had 157 total yards, and it looks like he has his confidence back. Perfect timing, too, with the playoffs starting next week.
He's playing great. He's been catching the ball really good,
That's what
too.
I'm saying.
I thought I'd see more Travion catching the ball, but Ramondre's got the hands.
He's getting open, bro.
I like to, obviously, we want to see ball security, but he's running hard. He's making great catches out of the backfield,
Absolutely.
Too, which is awesome.
And he's breaking tackles, running. He had that big 30-something yard rush like we saw in the highlights.
And holding on to the damn ball.
That's right. That's right. Drake May only had 1 touchdown pass, but was very efficient again, going 14 for 18 for 191 yards. And that 1 touchdown, he also had 41 rush yards too, bro.
That's what we like
to see. The dude got
see.
some wheels. One thing Matt Stafford doesn't have when it comes up to the MVP race. I mean, you look at the stats overall. Obviously, Stafford has more passing touchdowns, but if you look at the rushing yards, Drake May has over
450 to 1.
To 1.
Matt Stafford has 1.
Come on, add that dynamic to this MVP race.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the total touchdowns is definitely in favor of Stafford. The interceptions are exactly 8 to 8.
But we won our division. The Rams didn't, and we got a better record than them.
We have more wins, and the completion percentage is much higher. The QBR is much higher for Drake May. And I feel like, again, Matt Stafford's doing it with some much bigger names than we are. Again, Diggs being 32 years old, he's a big name, but he hasn't done it like, I mean, Puka's top 2 in the league. And Devontae Adams is in, if you look at Diggs' career and Devontae's above Diggs.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Devontae's first ballot Hall of Fame. But he's still nasty.
Not only that, though, I mean, Matt Stafford's been in the league since 2009. I was in high school when he got in the league. This is Drake May's 2nd year, and he's putting up these numbers. You got to put that into consideration.
The people better. I mean, even if he gets runner-up, he had an amazing season.
Absolutely.
But I still obviously think doing it with less and what he's done with in terms of completion.
3 losses. I don't care about the schedule, bro.
Yes, sir.
The offense is entering the playoffs on a high note, Frankie, with 3 straight wins in the last 2 games being nothing but dominant. So
absolutely.
Let's hope it translates up into this playoff game.
I like that.
To bring up what I noticed from the defense this past week. The Dolphins made it a 14-10 game towards the end of the first half before kicker Andres Borregales nailed a 59-yard field goal, the longest field goal in Gillette Stadium history and his career high, and the Dolphins didn't do from that point on.
Yeah.
In the second half, the Pats defense held them to 5 punts and an interception, including 3 3-and-outs. The Pats held Quinn Ewers in that offense to 180 total yards. They forced 2 turnovers, a fumble, and an interception. The rush defense got the likes of big defensive tackle Milton Williams back, and the Pats run defense held them to 63 total rush yards. So we're starting to see that dominance again. I mean, he's back on the lineup, and we
talked about that. We missed him a lot because, I mean, if you look at what they did in the first, 8 games of the season, they only averaging about 75 yards a game on average rush yards that they were giving up. The last 9, it was over 130.
It was rough.
It was 135. So
Milton
came back, and obviously we're under that average again. So it's like that. We need that for the playoffs.
Him, Tonga, and Barmore are going to be essential to the run. This unit will be at full health with Spillane, Landry, and like I was just talking about with Tonga, coming back for the playoff matchup this weekend, Frankie.
I love it.
And speaking of this weekend, bro, let's bring up the upcoming wild card game versus the Chargers and Herbert the Herbert. You know how I feel about him, bro.
You better be right. I'm hoping.
Yes,
I'm
sir,
hoping
Frankie.
He keeps it up.
Yes,
keeps
sir.
Choking.
You already know how he does. Let's bring it up, bro. So the Chargers lost in Week 18, 19-3 to the now number 1 seed Broncos, but they had none of their starters in, so we just got to bring it up what they did this past week. You know, no Herbert, no Hampton, and the other starters in there.
Like Keenan Allen played. He got his money.
Yeah, he got his money. I mean, that's why he played, obviously.
He was out there.
In terms of overall ranking, though, the Chargers have the 12th overall offense, the 15th pass offense, the 12th run offense, and the 17th scoring offense, going against the Patriots, 7th overall defense, 10th pass defense, tied 7th run defense, and 5th scoring defense. So I think that's going to fare well for us.
I like it.
Mind you, the Chargers do have a good defense, 6th against the pass and 9th against the run, allowing the 7th least points per game, but they'll have their hands full against our 4th ranked offense, 3rd ranked pass offense, and high scoring 5th ranked scoring offense. But regardless of rankings, Frankie, like I was just talking about, Herbert's history in the playoffs alone will play a big factor in this game. Herbert has 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in his 2 playoff appearances, and he also blew a 27-0 lead versus the Jags in 2023.
Yep.
And mind you, in one playoff game last year, he threw 4 interceptions after throwing only 3 in the whole regular season.
That was crazy. I remember that.
And that was with a healthy O-line. One thing he's not going to have in this matchup.
Yeah, they're all banged up.
You know what I mean? I think we make it tough on him, and the Pats offense gets creative against their defense. And Frankie, obviously with the prediction, I'm taking the Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots too. We're
at home.
Yeah, we're at home. We're actually 3.5-point favorites on FanDuel this right now. So 46.5 over under is what they're looking for, the over under on that. Which I mean, that's kind of
I like it.
I like that number too. So I mean, yeah, we should definitely take down these guys.
Sunday night. Wish it was on Saturday night, bro.
I know it's crazy. I'm gonna try to go. I'll let you know. I'll get some pictures if I go.
Let me know, bro. Let me get some tickets. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Another great Foxboro Focus. Let's get into a playoff payoffs. Our first one of the year.
Yes, sir, Frankie.
Let's go.
This year, I'm bringing up my anytime touchdown predictions
and
what they could pay
couple
out.
Of long shots here, too. I like this, too.
That's what I'm saying. Not naming some of the guys you'd expect to pick that ain't going to pay out too well.
Different differences, definitely.
Absolutely. So, Frankie, number 1, I'm going to go with Bills wide receiver Brandon Cooks at the Jags.
He's been hot.
He's plus 550. Obviously, these are subject to change, but as of right now, he's plus 550. Yeah. Having Josh Allen as his quarterback certainly helps, and Cooks, being the veteran he is, will come up big in this game. He was inactive in this past Sunday's season finale versus the Jets, but this week before in the loss versus the Eagles, he was targeted 6 times, and he made 4 catches for 101 yards, and that was against a 9th-ranked Eagles pass defense. And this week, Frankie, he has a 22nd-ranked Jags pass defense. I think his most recent performance translates over to this game, and I'll be putting him in for an anytime touchdown.
It's going to be an absolute shootout, that game, I think, anyway.
Yes, sir. Number 2, I got Rams tight end Terrence Ferguson at the Panthers, and right now he's a plus 850. Started off the year in a non-existent form, but the 6'5 tight end has found a home and rhythm in this offense. Another guy who was inactive last week, and that tells me the Rams want him healthy and rested for the playoffs. His previous 2 games played, a touchdown in each game, at least 4 targets and 30-plus yards, one being over 50. I believe he can get in the end zone in this matchup versus Carolina, considering they've allowed tied 7th most touchdowns to tight ends. Look what they allowed Cade Otton to do last week.
Yeah, he went crazy.
You know what I mean? 9 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown. And they allow the 6th most yards to tight ends. Another guy I'll be having in my anytime touchdown parlay. You best believe it.
I like that.
And then number 3, I got one of our guys, Pats wide receiver Kyle Williams versus the Chargers, who's plus 700 right now.
That's cool.
These playoffs for the Patriots scream next man up opportunities with wide receiver Mac Hollins slated to miss the next 2 games. Before this past win versus the Dolphins, Williams had 8 total targets the last 2 games to go along with 66 total yards and a touchdown. Now, the Chargers may have a decent secondary, but I could see the speedster Williams break free and catch one of Drake May's deep ball dimes for a touchdown.
Yep.
We've seen that all year with Kyle Williams, always getting one short pass he took to the house for 70 yards, and his other 2 touchdowns were perfect floaters. They got him streaking down the field.
Love it.
Williams has constant big play potential every time he's on the field. The kid averages 20 yards a catch, and all 3 of his touchdowns, like I said, were of 30-plus yards, one being 70-plus. Get Williams on your anytime touchdown list. Like he said in the offseason, he looks at every pass like a bag of money and to never drop it. Well, hopefully he can win us a bag of money this weekend, Frankie.
Good stuff, man.
And Frankie, let's hear those FanDuel picks of the Wild Card
weekend. So these are my picks. I mean, I'm going to run through the whole thing. You can take a look after, but I'm just going to give you everybody. There's not obviously a lot of games this weekend. So Jalen Hurts. San Francisco has looked terrible against quarterbacks the last few weeks, and they're all banged up. He's 8,200. He's averaging over 19 points a game fantasy. I took McCaffrey in that game. The Phillies' run defense has not been that good. They're like 23rd in the league, so he was 9,500. And then I took Barkley in the same game. Again, I feel like that game could be a shootout. The defense is obviously the secondary is pretty good for Philly, but the run defense isn't as good. But I feel like Barkley and Hurts going to have a big game. So some of my discounted guys, I went discounted receivers. Brian Thomas Jr., 5,900, again, against Buffalo. I feel like that game could be a shootout, too. I took Booty in our game. Kayshawn Booty came back. He only played a little bit, but I think he's rested now. I think he's going to go off 5,700. And I took Brandon Cooks, somebody you just talked about. He's only 5,300. He actually played really good the last couple weeks with Josh Allen. They seem to have a chemistry there. I also took Dalton Kincaid in that game. Jacksonville's not very good against tight ends, so I took him. In flex, I took our boy Travion Henderson. He was only 6,800. And I took the New England Patriots defense at 4,800. They were the highest, most expensive defense. So that's my team, guys. Hopefully the Patriots take it down. Hopefully we win some money.
Yes,
Good
sir,
stuff,
Frankie.
man.
I love it, Frankie.
Let's jump right into the lava ram. Keith, you took me down, man.
Hey, Frankie, you got me last year. I got you this year.
I'm just giving you $50 back. Yeah, I mean, I got to Venmo you that.
Hey, bro, 1-1 though. We've had 2 seasons of our show, so I mean, we're looking for the tiebreaker.
I went off the reservation last week. I took some crazy games. Actually, some of them won. Like the Giants won, the Browns won. Like I was like, Washington won. I didn't take Washington, but nonetheless, some crazy games. But
so, Frankie, let me bring up the records from this past week and our overall records to finish the season. Good. So NFL weekly picks, week 18. Frankie, you went 9-7, bringing your overall and final record to 172, 97, and 1.
Not bad.
I went 10-6 last week, bringing my overall record to 177, 92, and 1.
Good job, man.
And then Ryan last week, he went 10-6.
Yeah, Ryan did good too. Good job, Ryan.
Yes, sir. So, hey, Frankie, let's get into those wild card picks. You name them, we'll predict them, brother.
It's going to be a fun weekend. I'm going to talk about this game for a minute here. Rams going to Panthers. So before we even predict, we're both saying the Rams, I'm sure. But
I'm saying
the Panthers are home underdogs, 10.5 points they're getting at home.
They shouldn't even be in the playoffs
I agree.
Right now.
So of all the things that I've seen, this was kind of the funniest. So this year, the Panthers were a minus 69 point differential in the season. So they actually gave up 69 more points than they scored this year, which is the most in history of an NFL playoff team. All right, so that's how much more points they gave up than they scored, first of all. There's only been a few other teams, 4 to be exact. The Panthers were one of them, to make the playoffs in NFL history with a losing record. Only 2 of them have won games. Actually, the Panthers won a game as a team that made the playoffs with a losing record, and then the Seahawks beat the Saints.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch beast mode game.
Huge upset, but they didn't get past the second round. So that was as far as both of those teams went. But this will be the 5th time in history.
They don't even deserve to be there, bro.
I agree. It's kind of crazy to see this, but I'm sure you're taking the Rams. I'm taking the Rams too.
Absolutely.
The Panthers played 7 playoff teams that are in the playoffs this year. They went 2-5. So in those 5 losses, they lost by an average of 14 points. This was this season. So it's
they're going to lose by 40 this week.
Yeah. The next game, kind of interesting. Packers going to the Bears. We saw that game a couple weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. The Bears are home team underdogs right now. They're getting 1.5 points currently on FanDuel as of today. Mm-hmm. So very interesting game. Packers are banged up. I know they rested some guys, though. It's going to be a really interesting game. Who do you got in this one?
I'm taking the Bears, Frankie.
I got the Bears circle, too.
Ben Johnson in that offense, bro, he's got them clicking, and I think that they light up the Packers.
If Mike is there, I might be saying something different, honestly, but that's such a big loss for them. Mm-hmm. Green Bay seems to do this every single season, right? They start off like the best team in the NFL, right? Last year, same thing. They looked unstoppable. This year, they looked unstoppable, right? banged up at the end of the year, they lose the first round, maybe second round. This could go either way, but I like the Bears. They beat them already, and it's at home. Again, it's one of those things, and the Packers just lost Micah, and they had Micah a couple weeks ago when the Bears beat them. So
yeah, I'm taking the Bears.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears. Bills going to the Jags. The Jags are home team underdogs too. So 3 games in a row, they're getting 1.5 points too, which crazy. I don't know how that is. I mean, I don't know. What do you like here?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I wanted to lean Jags just because I hate the Bills, but I am going to be taking the Bills, yeah.
I'm taking the Jaguars. I
like it.
I like the Bills. I like Josh Allen, but I feel like the Jaguars have really turned the corner. They have a real complete team. The defense was pretty solid. Their offense looks great.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, since they added Jacoby,
right,
Myers, it's been unbelievable. So I don't.
ETN's been running hard too.
ETN's good. Brenton Strades came back.
Parker Washington.
Parker's there. Brian Thomas Jr. Jacoby Myers. I mean, they have a good team. Even Tootin, their backup running back's not terrible. So
absolutely.
I don't know. I like the Jags. I'm gonna go with the Jags just because they're at home. I'm definitely taking the 1.5, if not even teasing it up a little further.
Right.
49ers going to the Eagles. Eagles are home team favorites, excuse me. They're -4.5 at home. I mean, I'm taking the Eagles. 49ers look good, but if they don't give the ball to Christian McCaffrey 50 times in this game, they're gonna lose. Eagles will definitely take that.
I'm taking the Eagles in this game. The 49ers looked lost last week, especially Brock Purdy getting a little banged up, and I just think that Philly's pass rush is gonna get to him. And yeah, it's at home in Philly, so I'm taking the Eagles.
Yeah, I like that. Chargers at Pats, we already talked about. We're both going Pats, so I like that. Texans going to the Steelers. Steelers are home team, underdogs by 3.5, so they're getting 3.5 points. So Texans are actually favored 3.5. I'm taking the Texans.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans. Aaron Rodgers, you're going to retire, buddy.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good picks, man.
See what happens, Frankie.
Yes, sir.
Love it.
Another great lava round. I mean, it's been a great episode. It's been a great year for fantasy football. We just finally ended, this week, some teams or some leagues have ended the 18th. We obviously ended the 17th as you're supposed to, I think. But one thing we didn't bring up last week was the curse. We had a curse this year in Armani, but I had to bring up another curse, and it's not because Justin's so good at fantasy football. He's been great, but I am gonna have to put a curse on him. And we talked briefly about this. You tried to put a curse on Armani for Armani just having extra quarterbacks. Like, you can have a million quarterbacks if you want. He's perfectly. That's in his right to have as many quarterbacks as he wants. So just for trying to put a curse on Armani, which is messed up, Justin, your team's now cursed next year. So that's great. You know what I'm saying? New curse in the building, Justin. You're gonna be last place, hopefully. So, anyways, thank you guys, everybody, liking, subscribing, and sharing. It's been a great.
Frankie, hear that, bro? Something's going on. Oh! Frank, what the hell happened, dude?
I don't know, man.
Something just hit the building, bro. It looked like a meteor. What the hell is it this
You know
week?
what it is. Greenland 2 comes out this week. That looks great. Greenland 1 was awesome, actually. I'm surprised they made a second one, but it looks awesome.
Yeah. Frank, is that a monkey?
Yeah, it looks like a monkey. Looks like he has like a voice box or something.
Frank, bad. Keith, bad.
I don't like that, Frank. Frank, what the hell is this all about?
This is actually a double feature this week. We got Primate coming out this week also. Also looks pretty awesome. I'm not bad. I know you're not bad.
Yeah, Frankie, this place is trashed and that monkey's freaking me out. How about we get up on out of here?
From Beantown to your town, stay wicked Pissah.
From Foxboro to your bro, thanks for listening, everybody, and we're going to see you next week. Frank, watch out!